Living Way Christian Fellowship started in the tail end of the summer of 2005. A young man approached me at work around that time about me coming and doing a Bible study at his home. That's exactly what was going to happen, just a Bible study. I was blessed to be able to go and be a part of something like that, so we went. And the next thing you know, he started inviting his next door neighbors and the people that lived around, wanting to have them also experience this newfound faith that he had found in Jesus. And so having these Bible studies there, it brought people from that local neighborhood out to this Bible study. Before you know it, it started to grow. We were meeting in a backyard, and I just knew like 2 worship songs on a guitar. I didn't even know how to play them that well, but I tried my best, and we started in the book of Colossians. And just a simple study, just a Bible study introducing them to Jesus Christ. And that was the start of it. That was in the city of Ontario. And from then on, we moved to a building, probably about maybe, I would say a couple of months after that. We got into a building in Ontario, and we were able to have now a Sunday Bible study and a midweek Bible study, which was kind of cool because Bible studies just meet once a week. We were able to kind of run this Bible study kind of like a church. Even though I wasn't a pastor, I didn't want to be called pastor. I just enjoyed teaching these studies. Number one reason was because I was able to share my faith. 2, because Ontario was the city that I grew up in. That's where my testimony's from. And so a lot of guys that I used to know were coming to the Bible study. It was an awesome thing to see them, and for them to see the work of God in the lives of individuals like myself and others that were coming to the faith and knowledge of the Lord. Well, we were in that building probably about a year or so, and I knew a pastor in the city of Fontana who had been struggling with cancer, and he had asked me if I could teach for him on Sunday mornings. And so basically what I did was I would come in the morning and I would just teach the same message that I was teaching Sunday afternoon in Ontario. So it kind of was like a warm-up session here in the morning, and then to go down there into Ontario. Eventually what happened was he couldn't stand no more because the chemo was so strong that I found myself covering almost all of his Sunday services. And one day he asked if I was interested in bringing the Bible study group out to Fontana. Well, we prayed about it, and the people said, Pastor Dave, or Brother Dave rather, whatever you feel the Lord's showing you, let's do it. So we came to Fontana. We brought a Bible study group of about 40 people with kids and everything, and it was awesome because everybody came. And in 2006, right after Mother's Day, our Bible study group came to Fontana, and now we were in a building a lot bigger than the one that we were in, but we knew that the Lord was doing something. I learned a lot during that period of time. At the tail end of 2007, as we were here operating with this church that had already been established, they had maybe about 10 people. It was an old church, all senior citizens. They sang out of hymn books and played the piano. It was awesome, and it was something new for our church, and they embraced us. This older group embraced us and loved on us, and so we started to grow as a Bible study kind of / church. And it wasn't until the tail end of 2007 that I was teaching a Sunday morning message, and as I was praying, the Lord just spoke to my heart, and he said, shepherd the flock. And it was at the moment that I opened my eyes and looked at the congregation with their head bowed, and the Lord said, shepherd the flock of God. And I knew that the Lord that day called me to be a pastor. I didn't know how it was going to happen. And maybe a month after, the senior pastor of this church that we were using the building with, he came to me and he said, I'm retiring, and I'm going to step down. And so we started looking for a building. It was interesting because every place we went to, everybody shut their doors to us. I couldn't get a building nowhere for us to meet out here. And so I was telling my wife, I don't know what we're going to do. And the next thing you know, one of the leaders of the organization called me and said, hey, Pastor Dave, we know that you're there. We know that you're in that building, and we want to know if you would like to stay in that building. We know you brought a Bible study group. And I says, well, we would love to. And so that's how we ended up here in the facility that we're at now, how the Lord brought this all together. So officially in 2008, December, and we're actually coming up to that time, is when I was installed as a senior pastor and made a senior pastor, and Living Way Christian Fellowship became an official congregation, and we became a church. And from that day forward, God has been doing some remarkable things. This December will be our 5th year that I've been the senior pastor of the church. We've gone to South Africa, to Haiti. We've done missions trips. The Lord has been doing some remarkable things in this community. We have a lot of notoriety, and the Lord's just really blessing this fellowship. And from that point on, from that very beginning of a guy telling me at work, hey bro, can you come teach me the Bible? And I said yes. It's turned into what we have today, Living Way Christian Fellowship, with a radio ministry on FM and AM, and also being able to share the gospel around the world and meet some incredible men of God. And it's just been an awesome, awesome journey and an awesome blessing.